Cool. Can you ask this question again?
Why do baby dads pick and choose what kids they want to raise?
Women are fucking delusional. You do
What?
know when you break up with that nigga, so does the kid. Like, y'all understand that, right? He doesn't owe you nothing. That man don't owe you shit. He don't owe the kid nothing. He don't owe you. He's in a relationship with both of y'all. If you and that man break up, that man and that kid break up. Because if he goes and finds another family, his loyalty is to them, to the family he has, not the broken family he helped create, to the family he's trying to maintain. So I get it. I do get it. I understand. I swear to God, I do. People get upset because it's like, if you have kids over there and kids over here, why are you treating these kids over here better than the kids over there? So are you overall a bad dad?
Yes.
Nah. You
Yes,
a
they're
bad dad.
fucking no.
It's
Because
about perspective. Hey, Quay, it's
first of
about
all,
perspective.
first of all, most of the time when these baby daddies are being complained about, they're not even with anybody. They're not with any of their baby mothers. So nice try
But
by
no,
saying they're trying to build a new
no, no, no,
family.
no.
This might be one of my shortest videos or not, because that video is infuriating to watch. I'm not gonna lie, because that man is so annoying. I couldn't find the original video, so I'm assuming that that video has been deleted. This is what I have. I'm going to address this. But first of all, before I get into it, can you imagine being called delusional because you expect a man to take care of his offspring in 2024? Imagine being called delusional. Ah, listen, you can't make this shit up. Like, you can't. Anyways, let's get into it, y'all. I just wish that women were more observant. I wish women look at the actions of men more and make their judgment from their actions instead of their words. Because if men really were to say what they mean and say how they feel, they're gonna sound like this guy. Okay, this guy, if you don't know the truth about men, this video is gonna trigger you. You're gonna get upset, you're gonna get angry, and if it shows up on your phone, you may leave angry comments under this video. I don't, because I rarely ever get triggered by men because I understand men. I know men. I know how they feel. I know how they think. I'm not claiming to know everything about men, but I know a pretty good deal about men, and I'm just here to share that knowledge and wisdom with you ladies. Because we live in this patriarchy, you got to remember that the patriarchy, it does not work unless women's power and autonomy is stripped from them. And, you have to successfully brainwash women. And the brainwashing, it's passed down generation after generations. And, this is the reason why we have the pick-me's and stuff like that. And, we have women that actually are really gullible and believe the words that are coming out of men's mouth. Because the only way I know a man is telling this truth is if what he's saying is really outrageous. And when I say this truth, I mean his truth. Because this guy, that's his truth. It is his truth. If whatever is coming out of his mouth is triggering, that's when you know he's speaking from his heart. He's speaking what he's really thinking and what he's really feeling. And a lot of these men are also speaking for other men. And of course, please don't let me have to say in every single video, not all men, because you all are not going to not all men me to death. Use your brain. If you want to know if a man is speaking his truth, is if you get triggered or you feel some type of way after he speaks his truth. Because usually when they're speaking, it's just a bunch of bullshit and a bunch of lies just to make people feel good and to make themselves feel good and to appear as something that they're not. Because if they really, really speak what's in their hearts and what's in their minds, you're not going to like it. You're not going to like it, unfortunately. This is how a lot of men feel. Most men are like this. And this is the reason why, if you're a baby mama, and when I say baby mama, I mean you're not in a relationship with the father of your children, you're not married to the father of your children, okay? That is what they call baby mama in modern culture, right? So if you're a baby mama and you're wondering why this nigga doesn't want to pay child support, why this nigga hates you, why he doesn't want to see his kids, because they will run around and make you the villain, and they will lie and tell people that you are keeping their kids away from them when we know that is not true. And some women that are getting help from their baby daddies, baby fathers, I don't know. In my country, we say child father. All right. But yeah, the women that are getting help from their baby daddies, like they get money or whatnot, sometimes these women are sleeping with their baby daddies. Some women told me some really crazy stories about, dealing with their baby daddies. He wouldn't give her money for the kids unless she sleeps with them. And this is true because if you have a baby daddy, I'm sure there are many times he tried to come back and sleep with you. So, they try to make that transactional, okay? I want to give this money to my kids, but what's in it? What's in it for me? Okay, yeah, I'm going to take care of my kids, but what's in it for me? And if there's nothing in it for them, they don't care. They don't want to give you money for those kids. They don't want to take care of those kids. They don't want to see those kids because men don't care about their kids. The way a man treats his children is a reflection of how he feels about the mother of his children. And people are going to be in denial. A lot of women are going to be in denial, and they will want to stay in the delusion that, men care about their kids. They don't. They don't care about their kids. The only time a man cares about his kids is if he is in love or in a relationship with the mother. It all goes back to the mother. I'm not saying that is your fault, but the way he treats his kids is a direct reflection of how he feels about you, the mother of his kids. If he hates you, he's going to hate them kids too. If he's indifferent, he's going to be indifferent. If he loves you, he's going to love the kids. But it also boils down to you as a person and the way you feel about yourself. If you love yourself and you put yourself first and you prioritize yourself, the better he's going to treat you and the better he's going to treat his kids. If you're the type of mom that sacrifices and slaves for that man and that man takes you for granted, he's going to treat your kids the exact same way. And when I say your kids, I also mean his kids. We recently finished a book in our book club. And ladies, once again, I urge you to come and join our book club. We have book club meetings every Sunday. Even if you don't read the book, that's fine because, we do a lot of reading and discussions in our live meeting, which are also recorded, okay? Hit the link in the description, sign up to my Patreon, and join the book club, the Study Tier book club, okay? We recently did a book in our book club about divorces for men, okay? And it's basically a book that was written for men, teaching men how to get the most out of their divorces and basically teaching men how to screw women over in their divorce. And in that book, one of the things that came up a lot is the issue with child support because men hate to pay child support. Of course, they hate to pay alimony, but, men can get out of alimony. Unfortunately, they can't really get out of child support, yeah? These men hate paying child support. If a man hates giving you money to take care of their child, then that man hates you and he hates your children. And a lot of women don't want to deal with this reality. I know it's really fucked up, but that is the nature of men, unfortunately. I'm going to give you an example because you all know I love Steve Harvey and Marjorie Harvey, and I love using them as an example. Steve Harvey adopted Marjorie's kids and even gave Marjorie's children his name. Lori Harvey is not Steve Harvey's biological daughter, but she gets to parade around town with his name because his name carries clout, okay? His name has status, his name has clout. You all know how it goes. And when he adopted her daughter, Lori Harvey was technically grown. I don't know. I don't know. Don't quote me on it because I honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know how old Lori Harvey is, but I believe she was a teenager, but I could be wrong. I don't even remember how long Steve and Margie has been married either, so she could have been a child, but still, Lori Harvey's name was changed. She's carrying that Harvey's name, Harvey. The reason why Lori Harvey is treated so well by Steve Harvey is because he loves her mother. He loves Marjorie, like he really loves Marjorie. You can tell. Steve Harvey had kids from previous marriages. Where them kids at? Nobody see them kids at all. Nobody. I don't see them kids around Steve at all. Maybe he hangs out with those kids, but we don't see it. We don't see it because, again, the family that you see him with the most and the one that he invests most of his energy into, that's the one that you're going to see, with him in public or whatnot. That's the family that he's proud of because he really loves that woman. He loves his wife. And this applies to most men, the majority of men. Yeah, there are some men that maintain a relationship with their children from previous relationships and marriages. But in reality, and especially if you're talking about men in the Black community, they don't like it. They don't like them kids because they don't like you. They don't like their kids because they don't like you, the mother. They break up with you, they move on. They move on from you and the kids. Some of you are saying, well, I move on and he doesn't want to move on and he's forcing himself into my life or whatnot. It's not because he loves his kids, okay? He's doing that because men see children as tools as well. Their children are tools that they can use to manipulate you. So if you are experiencing the opposite, where he doesn't want to have anything to do with you, but you're experiencing the opposite where he's making your life miserable, forcing you to spend time with him or talk to him just because he wants to see his kids, and I'm using air quotes. Kids are usually tools, and your kids are an extension of you. Even if he's the father, he don't care. It's a very simple concept, ladies. It's very simple because I know, they love telling us that men are simple, whatnot. It's very simple. The reason why he doesn't want to take care of his kids and he doesn't want to pay child support and he doesn't want to see his kids and he's over in another state or in another town taking care of another woman's kids and his other family, and your kids don't see him at all. You have to beg him and chase him to get money. The reason why that is happening to you is because he don't like you. Therefore, he does not want to have nothing to do with you and them kids. It's that simple. But at the same time, ladies, it is what it is. And, this video is probably triggering. And if you feel triggered, don't get mad at me. I'm just a messenger. I am just a messenger, so don't get mad at me. If you want to look at a child and look at the quality of a child's life, if the quality of the child's if the quality of that child's life is good, that is a direct reflection of the quality of life that the mother is living. It's a direct reflection of how the mother feels about herself, and it's a direct reflection of how the father of that child feels about the mother. If the mother has a good quality of life, this mother is loved, she's taken care of, she has hobbies, she has her own thing going on. If that's the mother, most likely her kids are going to have a good quality life. And this is where self-love comes in. Ladies, you got to work on yourself and you got to learn to love yourself, okay? Because when you love yourself, you will choose better partners. You will attract better partners. This is how you know when a woman loves herself. For example, if a woman meets a guy and he has 2 baby mamas and he's not in a relationship with none of them and he don't see the kids or whatnot, and that woman still decides to have a relationship with that man and have kids with that man, that woman doesn't love herself. Because a woman that loves herself is someone who thinks long-term. She thinks about her future, she thinks about her actions, and she thinks about the consequences of her actions before she decides to take any kind of action. This is why I don't get mad when women say they want to date men that don't have children. There's nothing wrong with that. If you're serious about getting married and starting a family, you have to be very wise with who you choose to do that with. Because the person that you decide to marry and have children with is a financial decision, and it could be a decision that can affect your life. It can affect you for the rest of your life, whether it be positively or negatively. That video that you saw in the beginning and what that man is saying in that video is not surprising to me at all. Men do not love their kids. Some men, and of course, yes, some men do, but men don't love their kids like that, especially men who have a bunch of baby mamas and they have a bunch of kids. Because a man like that clearly doesn't love himself, because if he doesn't love himself, he can't love you and he can't love your children. It's that simple. Because a man that loves himself and respects himself is not spreading his seed recklessly all over the place. And a woman that loves herself is not going to be dating someone or getting involved with someone like that. So one of the best course correction story that I like, because ladies, there's still hope for you, okay? There's still hope for you. You can find a man that is going to love you and your kids. Okay, so I'm going to end on a positive note. There is absolutely hope for you, so don't feel hopeless. It is okay. If you feel triggered and angry, you're only human. You have all right to feel like that. But there's hope. Look at Sierra, for example. Sierra dated Future. She became his baby mama, his 11teen baby mama, because these men keep having babies all over the place, like men like Future and Nick Cannon. I don't know why women are entertaining these men, knowing these men's reputation. It makes you wonder, like a woman that is entertaining someone like Nick Cannon, I would hate to be their child. I would hate for that woman to be my mother, a woman like that, because you already know that woman doesn't love herself and she's not going to love her kids. But anyways, back to Sierra. Sierra turned that thing around. And you know what Sierra did? Sierra did some serious inner work. She learned to love herself. Because when she was with Future, she didn't love herself. Because a lot of these women, they are too caught up in their egos. And a lot of these women think that they are special. And they think, oh, I'm different. I call it golden pussy syndrome. Okay? They think their pussy is so special, it's golden. Oh, yeah, I mean, he's going to do right by me because I'm different. His other baby mamas are just bitter, blah, blah, blah. Women like that gets on my nerves. That's a mindset that most women have. Women that go with men that have multiple baby mamas, they think that they're special because Sierra probably thought, well, his baby mamas are nobodies. I'm Sierra. I have status or whatnot. And guess what? She was treated exactly the same. But thankfully, she has her own money. This is why you must have your own things. She has status, and she was able to do that inner work where she was able to finally attract real love, attract someone that actually love her, because the only way you can do that is if you love yourself, right? She attracted Russell, and Russell loves her and her kids. And to this day, niggas are so mad. Niggas are still mad at Russell and Sierra. And I would like for their marriage to last forever. I would love to see them grow old together. I would love that. But then again, there's no telling, because I mean, it's still technically a Hollywood marriage. But if Sierra can do it, you can do it. You can turn that around. You can do the inner work and learn to love yourself. Forgive yourself and move on and learn to love yourself. And you're going to be fine. Thanks for listening.